Alright, hey guys, what's up? So today I am going to be starting my the long-awaited series about making your own short film from scratch. I know I promised this quite a while back, and I'm very sorry I couldn't get to it earlier. I've been trying to use my Elgato game capture card, and it has not been working very well with my PC. So I am trying it out with this MacBook Pro, and it's working pretty good so far. So I'm hoping I can continue to do all my videos with this. Alright, so let's get started. Today I'm going to be talking about what I think is definitely the very first step in filmmaking, or making any video where something is going to be happening other than maybe a vlog or something where you're just standing in front of a camera talking. Um, we're going to be talking about script writing today. So I'm going to go ahead and close that and open up a new tab in Safari. And we're going to be using Adobe Story. This is free. I'll go ahead and show you the website. I'll put a link in the description. It's story.adobe.com. It's free. There's a free trial. But if you're using the Adobe Creative Cloud subscription, which I have, then it's amazing, and you can have it. So just go to their website, press sign in, or click sign in, and it just enter your credentials and it'll sign you in. So I first want to go over some of the key elements that you're gonna need to know when using Adobe Story. So first, let's start with the interface. Let me go ahead and make this full screen. All right, so over here, I'm just gonna take it not frame by frame, but I guess section by section. Right here, you just have the little Adobe Story icon. Here, this little house just takes you to the home page. Then right underneath that, where you see projects and a little arrow, that's a drop down. This is where you can get one of the places you can create a new project. You can sort your projects. You can create a new category. You can show only specific categories. You can manage your shared projects, which I'll talk about later on. You can rename projects. You can delete projects. You can back up and restore projects, and you can also install the desktop application from here. I would definitely recommend using the desktop application, just because it allows you to have this, but if you don't have Wi-Fi, then you can still do this. So that's a really important thing. Under that, you have basically all your contents. I've created a little sample category just to show you what it looks like. So all your projects, this is a category. So this is already in here for you. This is a script that I've been working on, that I've just worked on, that I will be using as an example in this video that I'll show you a little more later. And right when you boot up Adobe Story or load up the page, you get a sample project. You have scripts, schedules, reports, character bios, and links. This is everything that you will ever be able to use or need to use in Adobe Story. Let me go ahead and start with scripts. So there's Paladin scripts, AV scripts, DNA scripts, pilot, there's TV scripts, and there's film scripts. So I'm not going to go too much into any of this right now. So I just wanted to show you that's what you'll have, just so you can kind of see, okay, that's what this is and that's what that is. Here's a schedule. This is a TV schedule. You can have a film schedule, or this is a schedule. So whenever you type of your script, Adobe Story will automatically create a schedule. Adobe Story will create a schedule based off your script and estimate how long it'll take to shoot what on which set, and I'll show you that in a minute. So we've got some reports. This I've actually never used before, so I'm not really going to be able to tell you too much about that. Character bios, I'll show you a little more later, but basically this is just a blank page where you type about your characters. So what I would recommend is go ahead and open up one of these character biographies, and you'll see that in their example, they've got this whole template. They've got the age, the place of birth, all this. I would recommend copying and pasting this, and just deleting like the place of birth and the age and the height, and the weight, and just replacing all that with the credentials of your character, because this is just like a template. And they basically included a template for you. And links, I haven't done too much with, and they haven't given you an example or anything either. So if I find out more, then I will be sure to tell you about those later on. Alright, so let's go ahead and go over here. So you see the script, schedules, reports, character bios, and links over here. Here's where you can create them. Here you can create a report here, manage your list, create a new project, share projects, import projects, duplicate projects, and delete projects from right here. Right here, this little square with little, I don't know, corners, separate corners around it. That makes this full screen. So I've got the Safari full screen, which I cannot seem to take out of full screen, but and then I can turn this into full screen. Then you got sign out, you got help, preferences. Oops, did not mean to do that. News, notifications, and it just says hi and then your name. So I'll show you right here where it says projects, and then right here you can see it says authoring. That tells you what mode you're in. Projects mode, obviously, is just you're viewing everything that you've created. Authoring, you can't actually click on because you have to go into a project or a script to be the author, but it's when you're editing a script. Alright, so let's go ahead and get started. So, like I mentioned earlier, you can go up here to projects and new project, or I keep doing that. Or you can just go right here to new. And this actually doesn't even create a new project. This just creates a new document in this project. So go ahead up to here. Actually, yeah, just go to projects and new project. And I'm going to name mine example. Oops, is that not going to do it for me? Okay, so mine's not going to let me type for some reason. This is being weird. Okay, well, you title it whatever you'd like to title it. Just go ahead and click create. And it'll start processing your script. Alright, so here we are in your script. So if you go under all projects, you see your project should be right here. Like I said, I couldn't name mine for some reason. It wouldn't let me. But it should be right here under all projects. And if you have another category, like I've created a sample category, which you can do by going to projects, new category, and then just naming it whatever you want to name it. You can drag your script into a category. So there you go. But you can't just have it here by itself. It does have to be in a category. So let's go ahead and create a new document. So you can't just create a new script or a new character bio. You have to go up here to new, and then you select what you want to choose. So I'm going to start out with film script. So go if you want to. It won't let me type here either. That's so weird. Ugh. Go ahead and if you're following along with me, go ahead and choose film script. And people, I believe, online have like templates that you can download for film script. I have no idea. I've never used that. I'm completely okay with the way Adobe Story creates their template for me. So go ahead and press create, and it'll begin processing your script. Alright, so you'll see it says page 1 right here, but you'll see this page above you. So if you scroll up, this is where you want to title your script. So let's see if it'll let me type. It will not let me type. Okay. Okay. The problem was I was in full screen mode, and for some reason I couldn't type in full screen mode. So I'm just typing example, then you do written by, and then your name. And then if it's based on something, like if you're writing it based off a book you wrote or a book somebody else wrote or anything that you saw on TV, maybe it's a parody of something, you can say based on, but this will not be based on anything. And I did that wrong. Okay. And you can have your address or phone number. It doesn't matter. I normally don't include that because I normally don't put these scripts out online to publish. They're normally for my purposes only. Alright, so one of my favorite things is that Adobe Story automatically numbers the page for you, which is very, very helpful. Very, very helpful in the future when you're doing a script read through and you're like, okay, we ended on this page, so start on this page and go back to this page, go back to page 3 or page 4. So right here where it says enter scene heading, I'm going to show you how to create a scene heading. So first you want to declare is your scene going to be inside or outside? If it's inside, you would do interior, and it brings up a list of what you can have. So like POV is point of view, interior is inside, exterior is outside, I/E is interior / exterior, and E/I is exterior / interior. I've actually never used those, but I'm guessing those are like if it goes from exterior to interior. So go ahead, you can choose interior, then you want to do a space, a dash, and a space. Then you want to choose it. This brings up the time of day, but you actually want to choose where it is. So just for example purposes, I'm going to choose the park. And then you do a space, a dash, a space, and you choose what time of day. Quick thing about your location. This is like where your characters and the story is taking place, not the actual shooting location that you'll go. So say it's like an outer space, you're not going to say the green screen studio, because you would probably go there to shoot in outer space. You wouldn't say the green screen studio. You would say outer space. So then you choose your time of day. You really shouldn't get too specific with this, like 3:30 or 3:01 in the morning or something. Normally it would just be afternoon or continuous or day or night or evening or later. I think the list that Adobe Story gives you is perfectly fine. So I'm going to go ahead and choose day. Press enter. Now, as you can see, if you follow my mouse, up here into the top corner, it says action. This is how you can choose what you're typing. So scene heading, if I go back up here, it says scene heading. Then if I go press enter, it changes to action. And there's some shortcuts for character. This is where you would type a character name. But if you can also just press tab to do the same thing. All right, so action. Say we have a character named John, and we're gonna have him walk through the park. Walks through the park. That's it. Maybe we want to have sorry, I'm not talking. It's like when I type, I just focus. Maybe he's going to walk up to the ice cream truck on the side of the road. So now we want to have him say something to the ice cream truck driver or whatever. So we go ahead and press enter. And it brings you from action. You can press character up here, or you can just press tab. I just like pressing tab. That way I don't have to take my hands off the keyboard when I'm typing. It just makes everything easier for me. So when you go into character mode, it automatically capitalizes the character name for you, which always should be capitalized. And so go ahead and type the character name and press enter. You'll see it still indents for you and appears as dialogue. So after a character name, it automatically knows that you want to type what the character says. However, there's this thing called a parenthetical. Basically, if you press tab again, it brings you up here to a parenthetical, which you can also just go up here and select. This basically says you want to type what the character is doing during the dialogue, or who the character is talking to, or both. So to ice cream truck driver, and then just press enter, and it takes you out of the parentheses and puts you into dialogue. So can I please have an ice cream bar? That's all for dialogue. Like, that's what you would do every single time, and you do not always have to include a parenthetical. That's only when he's first, like, if he looks up to the ice cream truck and it says something random, who is he talking to? You want to include the parenthetical so everybody knows who he's talking to. So another thing, press enter and it takes you to a character name again. If you press enter again, it brings up all these things that you can do, like scene heading, action, character, parenthetical, dialogue, transition, speaking extra, shot, in general. I'm not going to go over anything below dialogue, so I'm not doing transition, speaking extra, shot, or general, because that's just really advanced stuff that I don't even have experience with, because you don't need that to be able to have to create a short film. Alright, so say I want to do a scene heading, what you can do is press enter twice and then press S, or enter twice and A for action, or enter twice and C for character. You know, you can do all that. So I want to have an action, just so I can get back to this side of the page. Let me go ahead and just type in a few more random scene headings. Okay, so I've just created some other scenes with just one character saying the same thing in each one. There's 3 different characters though. So if you go over here, follow my mouse over here into the outline, you can adjust this bar according to how you would like it, or you can just click on it to close it and then click on it again to open it back up. That shows all of your scenes. So you can just click on a scene to view all the contents in it. So here's everything that goes on in each scene. And you'll see next to it are these little colored dots. So in the first scene, the interior parking day, if you hover over this little dot, it says John. Then the second one, little dot says Jack. Third one, little dot says John. Fourth one, little dot says Joe. And they're different You can search for tags. Find character. Make sure, so you've highlighted John, so John is highlighted over here, and press add. Close. And then when you hover over John, it says character. And then you can do the same to Jack. Just press add and add. And you basically just do that you can do that for each of your character names if you'd like. I'll show you another way to do a scene breakdown in a minute. So yeah, you can just tag all of your characters like that. And then there's a tag for everything. And you can add a tag. So if I want to do, I don't know. Oops. Random dancer. You go create, and it's now created. So if I type in random, and you get random dancer. Okay. There's basically a tag for everyone. There's body of water, animals, animal handler, a vehicle, subtitles, all that. So then if you go up here into production, go to breakdown reports, you can view all of these. So if you go to cast breakdown report, select that, we'll let it load. And you just created one. Now I know you can't see it now, but I will show you how to view it when we go out of this out of our script in a minute. So in scene properties, if you go to characters, you can view speaking characters. Jack. This is really like it doesn't sync very well. It's really weird. Like for some reason there's just Jack and nobody else. It's very strange. So that's kind of confusing. All right. So here's what you want to do. I go up here to this line. Just want to click on the line and then go over here to this little speech bubble. Click to add new note. So I actually left off an E in that, oh, can I get out? Yeah, in the word please, and now it's highlighted yellow. So when you're sharing scripts, which I'll show you how to do in a minute, people can go in here and proofread it and say, okay, you spelled this wrong, you did that wrong, this, that, and the other, and it'll highlight it. So now I can go back and type an E. But the E is not underlined, so that way you know that's not what he was talking about. And when you have a ton of comments, you can search those right there. Alright, so I'm going to do Control S on my keyboard. Or you can just go to File and Save. And I'm just going to close this out. Go into my Untitled project. And you see I've got one script. There you go. And congratulations, you have just created your very first script. So really quick, I'm going to show you can share by pressing this little share button. I'm just going to type in my email. Actually, I'm just typing the Indiewood Gmail. The Indiewood Gmail. Alright, so then you can make them a co-author, a reviewer, a reader, or a writer. Co-author. Add. There you go. Then you can press OK. And it'll send this straight to them. So, in conclusion, Adobe Story is my absolute favorite program to use for script writing. I started off on Trelby and switched straight into Adobe Story once I found out about this program. If you have a script that you've been working on in another program, you can go to Import, right up here. It's next to New and Share, and you can find it on your computer. You can find it anywhere. However, if you're using Trelby, which is actually a really good script writing program, I wrote my very first script in that, which I have actually been working on transferring to Adobe Story. When you write your script in that, you cannot import that into Adobe Story, so you will have to retype it completely. That was my only thing with Trelby, is that it's hard to manage because it's not as customizable. Can't do it as good, but you can do Word, you can do Make Movie. I think that's a script writing software. You can do Final Cut. Is that what it's called? There's tons of other script writing softwares, but this is the main one that I use because I love how you can share it between you and your fellow co-writers or writers or cameramen or whoever else is working on this with you. Alright, so that's pretty much it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. I'm trying to think. I think I covered everything. If you click on this little home button, it'll take you right here. You can install the desktop application, which I'm going to go ahead and do because I haven't yet and I need to. So, please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. I will be doing more videos just like this in the future. I will see you next time. See ya. Bye-bye.